years ago, I was introduced to competition math. My family had just moved to Maryland, and I, as a sixth grader, joined my new school's math counts team with arrogance. I will always remember the very first problem set that we did. The coach stated that getting 2 out of 3 would be excellent, but to me, 67% seemed like failure. Whatever, I'd get them all right anyways. Turns out that after time was up, I'd solved none of the problems, and this instance was not unique. For the first time, I met many people much better than me mathematically, and who became my friends, teammates, and role models. However, the very next summer, I moved to Brookings, South Dakota, a quiet college town in an unpopulated state. Upon moving here, I immediately noticed the large difference between South Dakota and Maryland in terms of the amount of math resources and the amount of math interest. From my Maryland math friends, I was aware of all the math friends they knew, all the math competitions they went to, all the math classes and practices they attended, and all the math resources that they had and I didn't. I was incredibly jealous and began to resent my location. I missed my former middle school and math community so much that I decided I would find a way to move back. I even began searching up jobs in Maryland for my parents. Spoiler alert, that didn't work. 3 years later, I am now a 10th grader. In the past 3 years, I've tried many things to overcome my limitations. My approach was to build my own math community, and it's a two-pronged approach. The first step to building my math community was to build up myself, meaning that I had to look for resources for myself. For learning material, my number one resource is the website Art of Problem Solving, or AOPS. As ESPN is to athletes, AOPS is to mathletes. Yes, that is actually a commonly used term in the math world. What I admire the most about AOPS is its message boards. Nowhere else does such a large community of math enthusiasts come together to discuss math. Whenever I ask a question, it gets answered very quickly and often by many different people, each with their own logic and solution. And when I can, I try to answer others' problems as I enjoy helping and it's fun practice for writing clear solutions. Something not many people know about is my blog on AOPS. My blog has evolved from the weekly jokes I posted in 7th grade to my math goals in progress, my experiences at competitions and camps, and life updates that I want to share. I find that blogging really helps with maintaining motivation, and I'm glad to have many friends who read and comment. Also through AOPS, I make an effort to network with fellow mathletes. I'm fortunate to have participated in several national on-site competitions, and I always look forward to spending time with old friends and meeting friends that I first met over AOPS. This is how I met my friend Jan. In August on AOPS, I started an introductions thread for the 2018 Math Prize for Girls competition. A few days later, after she posted in the thread, Jan private messaged me over AOPS, and we instantly bonded over our love for math, especially geometry. We began solving problems together and helping each other through life's ups and downs. When we finally met in person at the competition, I felt like I'd already known her for forever. The math friends I've made through the years, like Jan, are vital to my progress. However, nearly all of them are not local. In fact, upon entering high school, I had only one friend here who still did math. So despite my online friends, it got a bit lonely in Brookings, and I didn't want anyone else here to experience that. This led to the second step of building my own math community, building a local math learning community. The idea for the Brookings Math Circle was first spoken aloud in a car with my math counts coach and 2 of my teammates. The 2016 National Math Counts competition in DC had just concluded, and we were driving the 50 miles back home, filled with happy memories and Burger King. Halfway through the drive, I mentioned an idea that I had thought about for quite a while. I wanted to start a math club, and it would be a place where we could work on math problems together. And so the Brookings Math Club began almost like a small study group of rising 8th graders. We met on every Friday of the summer at the public library for 3 hours, and we met into a tiny room with a table, 6 chairs, and little room for anything else. Looking back, that first year was quite unorganized. At first, I was expecting everyone to be ecstatic about doing math for 3 hours. Yeah, that didn't happen. We ended up gossiping and playing Uno a lot, and people often left early to go to the Hillcrest pool. So even though many things didn't go as planned, by the end of the summer, I'd still learned a lot, mostly about what not to do next time. In May of 2017, when I had almost finished 8th grade, my family went out for ice cream with my friend's family after our ballet recital. My friend's dad remarked that his daughter's math interest had increased and her skills had improved. I was very happy to hear that, but I was more touched when he said that this was because of me. He explained that although I didn't directly help her with her math homework, my dedication to math gave her confidence that she could succeed in her math class. This experience was a turning point for me. I realized that when I do math, there can be larger implications than just improvement of my own math skills. I can be someone that others can look up to as a role model. I want to show the students in my community that they can make it far in math, and I especially want to show my younger sister and other girls that they can succeed in math too. Armed with the knowledge from the previous summer, Samuel and I tried again in the summer of 2017. We had a clear goal. We wanted students in the community to discover the beauty and intrigue of math through creative thinking and problem solving. We renamed the club as the Brookings Math Circle because it sounded more formal and it reflected our transition to classes. We also began preparing much earlier this time, so by May, we had an elegant website with extensive information, which you can check out at brookingsmathcircle.org. It's true that we had many more successes, such as more appealing topics and problems, more regular participants and incoming 6th graders, and a larger room with more materials. However, we also had many moments to reflect and improve on. The 3rd summer of the Brookings Math Circle was the best one yet. Our main point of improvement was our curriculum. Over the summer, we wrote 6 handouts over various introductory topics and totaling over 100 pages. We also began the Summer Challenge, which is a set of 5 problems at the end of each handout for the students to practice solving and writing solutions. Students earned Apple points for solving the problems, and there was a friendly competition for points and prizes. My parents initially had the idea to give out apples for the points the students earned, but after seeing how well everyone did, they decided that it would not be feasible. So we gave out candy instead and dealt with sugar high middle schoolers for 3 hours. That was fun. Anyways, I think that the handout and summer challenge were very effective in presenting problems and new concepts in a fun and engaging way. Looking forward, I hope that the Brookings Math Circle students feel like they have a welcoming community to learn and grow in, and I hope that the Brookings Math Circle may become more prominent in my community in the upcoming summers. This is my math journey so far. I've come to be proud of where I'm from. I've been able to find an online math community, and I've been able to help start building my local math community. Finally, if you're a student, whether you study contest math or not, I hope that you will follow your passion and dreams and not be discouraged by obstacles. If you work diligently, opportunities will present themselves and you will have the power to improve your situation. After all, the best solution to the few resources in my community was to create one. Thank you.